Welcome to Brasserie. I'm Zack Bruell. Jeff Thomas is the brains behind the operation. He's the executive chef. I'm going to hand this demonstration over to him. Welcome to our chaos.
So today we're going to be making pork a la Normande. So it'll be a pork tenderloin with apples, onions, and then a nice rich sauce over some potato mousseline. Here we go. So we're going to start with a medium-high heat on our pan. A little bit of oil to get us started. And we're going to take our pork tenderloin and generously season with salt and pepper. We're going to place our pork tenderloin in the pan, get it nice. Make sure it's flat on the pan so it'll get a nice sear to it. While that's working, we have our potatoes for our potato mousseline. We're just going to bring those to a boil. Get them nice and soft. While the potatoes are working, we're going to get our liquid for the potatoes. So it'll be about 6 ounces of heavy cream. About 8 tablespoons of butter. We are a French restaurant. Cream and butter is what we do. All right, now we're going to turn our pork. After that first side is seared, we're just going to sear all the sides. A common misconception about pork is that it needs to be cooked all the way through, when in fact it actually doesn't. Trichinosis has been bred out of pork in the United States for decades now. So if you actually want to enjoy your pork, I recommend cooking it at about medium. It'll be nice and tender and still have plenty of juice left into it. And that's a reason why I think a lot of people don't enjoy pork the way they should, is because it's often overcooked. All right, our cream and butter is coming up to a boil, so we're just going to turn down the heat on that. And we're also going to season that with salt and pepper as well. So when you flip it to the last side, we're going to add in some butter and some fresh thyme. And then we're just going to take that butter and we're going to spoon it over top of the pork. Just give it another layer of flavor. When you add your butter, you want to make sure your heat's not too high because your butter will burn. You just want it nice and brown. When you brown your butter, it's going to give a nice nuttiness to it. If you're doing this at home and you're looking for a medium pork, you're going to want to pull it when it's about 140 degrees internally. It'll carry over a little bit. Give you a nice tender pork loin. All right, once your pork reaches its temperature, remove it from the pan, place it on a resting rack. And then what we're going to do is we're going to remove these thyme sprigs and we're going to add in onions. And we're just going to caramelize these onions in the same butter and fat that we just cooked our pork in to give them as much flavor as possible. So once your onions are starting to get translucent and getting a little soft, what we're going to do is add in our apples so we can cook those off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to deglaze the pan with a little bit of, what I'm using is Calvados. You can use Applejack or apple flavored brandy, whatever. Gonna flambe that. And then we add in a little bit of apple cider vinegar for some acidity. And then 8 ounces of chicken stock. And we're just gonna let that simmer. So while our sauce is reducing, we're gonna take our potatoes and we're gonna strain the water off of those. Then we're gonna add in our cream and butter mixture. And mousseline is a broad term. All mousseline really means is to whip. So we're whipping cream and butter into the potatoes, and that's gonna make our mousseline. It's the consistency that we're looking for. Not runny, but not stiff. Now we're gonna go check on our sauce. And then as our sauce is finishing, we can come over and slice our pork. So what you want to do is you want to take it and slice it on a slight bias, just like that. And as I said before, it doesn't need to be well done. This is a little rare. We can place it back in the pan though to finish it and add some more flavor to it, just like that. It'll help carry it over the rest of the way. Doesn't need to be perfect the first time every time. We're going to start by taking our potato mousseline. A nice dollop right down on the plate. And we're going to take our pork, which has come up nicely to the desired temperature that we want. Just like that. Then we're going to ladle some of the apples and onions right onto the plate. Get some of that sauce right over top of the pork. And then we're just going to finish it by putting a little bit of watercress right on the plate. Anybody who knows Zack Bruell knows that he loves watercress. And there you are. That is your pork a la Normandy.